Alright, for several reasons I've decided not to bring up this subject or to talk about it in my videos, because I really do not have all the facts and figures. Or rather, I do have the facts and figures, but experientially I'm not there yet. But recently, one of my kids' sister checked on two of those videos, and she said she was too glued to the video that she expected more time. And I'm like, well, we're in a world where your video may probably not go beyond 10 minutes and all of that, and you know, it's all talky, and she said, well, she does not care, that she wants my take. She wants to see how much I'll be able to push the subject, and it's in the subject of relationship, boy-girl relationship, right? I want to show you some figures, but before I do that, I want to say this. Do you know marriages happen every day, weekdays and weekends? Well, that should suggest to me in a way that marriages still work. They may not just be published on social media, but marriages still work. I have trust in marriage. I have belief in marriage. It may not look like it. For some who have seen my previous video on relationship, I'm one of those who would tell you to not go into marriage, or if you're not really sure of what you want to go do there, just stick with who you are. If you get to your 50s before you get married, why not? I mean, who is counting the dates? If your family is giving you too much pressure, you may have to push them aside or cut them off. If you have friends who are putting pressure on you concerning that, my dear, you have to cut them off, because you know what you want for life. At the end of it, everything still boils down to you. If you get married to any partner whatsoever, the question will still be, why am I here? What am I doing here? Because all of these questions you will tend to ask yourself 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line. Why did I get into the relationship? Why did I get married to this person? And those are questions I feel you should get answers to. Now, I'm in Nigeria, and I wanted to check out this fact, and I'll probably read them out to you from here. At Ikoyi Registry, Lagos, Nigeria, on the average, 100 weddings take place per day. The lowest, that's the lowest during the week, 70 weddings, and the largest during weekends as high as 200 to 300 weddings. Each wedding lasts for about 5 to 10 minutes without much fuse. And this is my source. Now, in 2022, expect the divorce rate to be at least 44.2%, and not to worry, only 3% of marriages in Nigeria are dissolved through divorce or separation. 3%. So it means, and this is my source, so it means if you're in Nigeria, you're lucky, because it's just 3%, and of course for 3% to get to you, that will take a long time, right? So from that fact, I can choose to talk about, I can dwell on the bad, I can dwell on the good, and I've discovered that human beings, whatever we dwell more on, we empower. When we talk more about the bad, it seems everybody tends to believe that the bad is the current happening, and when you talk about the good, people also tend to think that the good is happening. When we're all crazy about money became master of everyone. Everyone wanted to do anything just to get money. When we're crazy about sex, it became a thing that everyone wanted to have sex. You just didn't know why or how, and you were just crazy about it. So I know the power of people. When people say that this is who we choose to be our leader, eventually falls true, right? Alright, so take this in quietly. There's so much video and talks about cheating spouse, infidelity amongst men, and I kind of think that we should move our face or subject or our mentality away from there totally, because the more we talk about it, the more we empower people to cheat. The more people tend to be logical about this so-called cheating, people tend to defend it. Because I'll do a video and I'll tell you how that as a man you can even defend why you're cheating. But I don't want to take it over, but just to show to you that how so much that men can think about it and still want to win the case. And thank God I have this girlfriend who also tends to have facts and figures to also oppose whatever I bring to the table. So sometimes I come with 10 lists on why men should cheat, in fact, and she also tends to win, right? And sometimes when I feel that I should let go, I don't let go. We debate on it logically because we are both intellectuals. But I'm just telling you, I'm advising that how about we look on the good side, things that are working in a relationship, and empower that. What I'm trying to say is this: if you feel you have a cheating husband or cheating wife or cheating spouse, whatever the case may be, and you cannot cope with it, just let the person go. And when you let the person go, do not capitalize on that one wrong thing they have done, because what it does is that it has this effect so much that because the spouse who is cheating wants to stand defensive, tends to now do more of those things, and you're not helping your cheating spouse. I saw a video one day about a man of God who was talking about the fact that when any of your spouse cheat, which we don't expect, or if they do cheat, how about you cover them up in love? Because that's what the institution of marriage is supposed to be. Like, there are many things you should cover up for your spouse. I know that, and I'm not saying that you should do that for your spouse. If you cannot contain that and you've tried, you can let it, instead of carrying all of that emotional torture, you can let the spouse go, and then so that you have rest of mind. Because a woman can argue that you want me to bear all of this for my husband. No, we're not saying that. We're telling you that if you can bear this for your husband should be able to bear the same thing for you. But again, I don't know if we want to engage in this discussion, because the repercussion of sexual infidelity is different from both sex. Take it or you argue. You don't go to seminars to hear this. What you hear the speaker speak only about is how much she was cheated on, not how much she has also cheated. Well, I've been caught 1,000,001 times, and my question is, men, what are we really looking for? Now, the truth is, I've asked this question with lots of men, and I have, of course, I belong to groups where men discuss, and I have almost 15 logical reasons why they do that, and it almost looks credible, but it still does not justify infidelity, if you ask me. And the truth, maybe the question should be, is infidelity wrong? If it's done to my sister, what would I feel? If a man does this to my daughter, will I be cool with it? Or are we just over-flagging the matter? Is of no really low benefit? Like I said before, everything we talk about too much will empower it. I'm just suggesting that if we tend to look away and focus on the good things working in a relationship, maybe it will cripple or bend the power of infidelity. Because at one time I was speaking with some elderly couple, right? And there's this code that they use to communicate with each of them, both of them. And it was more like, in this relationship there's been lots of forgiveness, lots of looking away, and all of that. And I will not lie to you, either of both parties had been, or both parties have actually not been faithful at one point or the other, but then maybe they've forgiven each other. And I cannot see that in this time and this present age, a lot of us have so much headache already as per relationship, so much that many of us have lost hope on relationship. I did a video, I posted up here, the link up here. How about the millennials? We no longer want to get into committed relationship, but then we still receive side goodies and here and there, and then we don't want commitment because the headache is so much, and we've seen it play out in our parents, and we're like, how did my mother bear all of this? And my dad also did not say anything, right? Why I won't talk so much about a cheating woman is because, I don't know if it can be heard that a wife is cheating. The implication of cheating isn't the same for both gender. I make peace with this statement or choose to fight it. A guy argues that my court wasn't red-handed, not that she found me in the act. But your text messages and your chats have been chatting red alert, red-handed. And then let's say as a sharp guy, you go to delete your messages. But remember, there will be one day that even after deleting those messages, a message pops into your phone and your wife reads that message. Or you put a code on your phone. Oh my God. Only if your wife does not want to check, she will decode the code. Use your fingerprint, use your nose print, unless at least you open the phone in her presence. She will unlock the code, read all your message, and sometimes act as though she sees nothing. Incredible gender. Okay, let's say you save the lady's name with a different name entirely. Maybe you save it as a male name. Maybe someone that is Cynthia, you saved him with Farouk. And then each time Farouk calls, or maybe you decided that, oh, me and my chitti will no longer send texts or chats. In fact, we no longer call. We'll just fix our date in town, somewhere far away from where people know your locality. And then you decide not to even drive your own car. You take Uber or bike. Nothing actually is hidden. It could be that the hotel you decide to use or the home you decide to use, there's just this person who is just going helter-skelter, who is a relative to your wife or a friend. Just sit here with that lady. See, do all the code you can. Enter the hotel first. Let the lady come meet you later. You will just slightly make a mistake or error that will get you caught. Trust me. So my question is to this gender. This gender have come to our door from the tip of their hair to the toe of their feet. This gender that can hide water even in the fire. My question is this: after you have made it a duty to tell your husband or your spouse, after you must have bugged his phone so much that you have access to his chats or his phone logs before he even deletes them, after you've hacked his password and you know everything that happens on his phone, you even have ears and eyes in his place of work, after you have caught him severally and confronted him and he has begged you severally, and he still go back to do it again, what will you do? Answer now. What will you do before man begins to think or agree that that is the norm and they can't, that they are helpless? What will you do? Because eventually it's not in the catching. It's not that you caught your, I caught him today, I caught him tomorrow, I caught him next day. What do you want to do? Do you want to move out of the house? Because each time you have talked it out with him, he still goes back to do it. Do you think it's a nature? Do you think he's helpless? Or do you think, oh, this is not the guy I dated? What has gone wrong with him? Is he really helpless? Does he need help or therapy? Or should I just agree that it's a man thing and that he truly loves me, that's why he still comes home to me and he performs his duties? Because men will argue that they do not intend to cause anyone hurt. They do not even intend that you catch them, because that's why they are not doing it in your presence. But then, you know, your woman will still has access to your phone. I mean, he is your spouse, right? Most of us will still argue, men will argue that I still perform my duties in the house. Then why is she all up on my eaves? Many of us will still argue that the people we go have sex with, it's not with emotion, we just do it just while with pleasure. I mean, why can't you just stay with your wife? But we can't. So helpless. But we're just, I asked this married friend of mine that, are there other things that your husband can do that is way equal with sexual infidelity? Or that is way higher than that? She said, well, yes, physical abuse, certain mental abuse. When a man looks down on her, makes her feel useless, as though she does not amount to anything, cripples her personality. So what do you want to do about your cheating spouse? Because whatever answer you prefer now, it may likely be the answers you will give everyone who comes to you for advice. This is the answer you will give to your younger sister. This is the answer you will give to your female friends. This is the answer you will give to your daughters. But I'll tell you, whatever decision you have made, live with its consequence. It may lead to one wrong thing or it may lead to a very good thing for you. Make decision and stand by it. Matthew Maximize. Don't forget to subscribe, like and follow. Check out previous videos. Because when you do all of this, the way the algorithm works is that it gets the video also to another person who will likely need the video. So I'll see you next video. Bye.